Anna Kasparian has done it again. She's on her take, listening to the ghoul Republicans. This is who she's aligned herself with. These 3 ghouls on the panel, and they are going to make the case for getting rid of $1 trillion in Medicare coverage, which is going through mostly poor and elderly and mentally ill people. She's going to lose her mind because, again, these are ghouls. They do not care. They don't care. They're okay with poor people dying as long as it serves Donald Trump's purpose. That's it. That's all they care about. And Anna, this is who you surrounded yourself with. So I have no remorse for you.
Jobs that they cobble together. It's funny because we have all of these different thoughts that conflict with one another, and we never connect the dots. So for instance, on one hand, we talk about AI and how it's going to rob people of their jobs, and that's already happening. In fact, the very industry, Silicon Valley, is impacted the most at the moment as a result of AI. A bunch of people losing their jobs. Okay, fine. Bunch of jobs have been offshored to foreign countries because, corporations want to exploit cheap labor rather than pay American workers a living wage.
Yes.
All of this stuff is happening at the same time in our economy, and yet we're just going to chalk Medicaid recipients up to lazy bums who refuse to work.
But Anna, there's 7.8 million unfilled job openings.
What kind
in
of
the
jobs
US.
are those, though?
Okay, let's say.
When you break it down, they're mostly part-time jobs or temporary construction jobs.
Part-time job.
I know, but
She ain't even done the basic research. This is Jillian Michaels' right-wing motherfucking shill. She has all the Trump Kool-Aid.
I want you to look up the data.
And by the way, it's not even just work.
I want you to look up the data in regard to how many current Medicaid recipients are working, how many aren't working.
Lose their benefits,
and I believe
though.
that it's also
but you're
like
saying they cut the money.
I'm gonna lose my mind. If they cut $1 trillion.
We gotta look at that again. She's losing her mind because these retards, and look at Jillian laughing. She's paid to disinform her viewers. She's paid to disinform. The only person that is not laughing because they're not a shill. They're dead serious about the. Well, I mean, I guess Lindy Lee's a shill, but I think she does genuinely believe that if you're able-bodied on Medicaid, that you are a bum just sitting in your mom's basement, not understanding that a lot of these people are taking care of people that cannot take care of themselves. They're taking care of elderly people or disabled people. These sick people, they don't understand. Like, this is what right-wing ideology does to you. It makes you a sick person, unempathetic, uncaring robot.
Dollars from the system, they're fucked. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I get it, but then
oh my God,
do you actually have an issue with job requirements?
You know what? Fuck it. You know, just let them fucking die. Who cares, right?
Hold on,
This is who you surrounded yourself with. This is what you did to yourself. Let me look at her freak out one more time. Let's see her freak out one more time. Anna Kasparian.
Corporations want to exploit cheap labor rather than pay American workers a living wage.
Yes.
All of this stuff is happening at the same time in our economy, and yet we're just going to chalk Medicaid recipients up to lazy bums who refuse to work.
But Anna, there's 7.8 million unfilled job openings.
What kind
in
of
the
jobs
US.
are those, though?
Okay, let's say.
When you break it down, they're mostly part-time jobs or temporary construction jobs.
Part-time job.
I know, but I want you to look up the data.
And by the way, it's not even just work.
I want you to look up the data in regard to how many current Medicaid recipients are working, how many aren't working.
Lose their benefits,
and I believe that it's also
you're
like
saying they cut the money.
Da! Poor Anna. Poor Anna.
Conversation about them being lazy bums on top of it.
And
but anyway,
no one is saying that. Bums.
We're trying to give
We're
people
saying
a
there's
moment.
8 million jobs.
Exactly.
If you're able-bodied, let's fill them.
And by the way, the work requirement isn't just work. They can go to school.
Keep in mind, these guys are working the cushiest jobs of all time, sitting in a studio somebody else paid for. And being paid to talk is one of the easiest jobs you can do as a person. Extremely easy on your body. All you have to worry is not seeing some retarded shit. I can do that. Sometimes.
why are we assuming assuming they're not
volunteer.
working. There is
Look at
still
so many
on
okay,
this.
there's
hold
no
on.
work requirement right now.
Okay, but then my point is,
Oh my
if they're
God.
working,
Tit slip.
then this job requirement's irrelevant.
Okay, but if the
Exactly.
system doesn't
And then
have enough money to provide
Then
them the
that
health
is a
care.
different point, though. That's why I'm saying I feel like you're conflating two different issues. You're either nurse.
There is no conflation. The issue is $1 trillion is being cut, whether there's work requirements or not. People that qualify for Medicaid are going to be fucked over. This is not a conflation of two different issues. This is one side trying to minimize the issue by saying that work requirements are a good thing when they're... It's really not. You're essentially going to have to spend more money having to check all these new work requirements applications. And again, when you're spending money on this extra bureaucracy, keep in mind there are millions of people on Medicaid. You're spending all this money verifying that people are working 20 hours a week, billions, potentially trillions of dollars doing that. And what do you get out of that? A bunch of people who are digitally illiterate who needed the Medicaid can no longer get the Medicaid. They don't qualify because they can't do a simple online application because they're, 60, a lot of these people are old, 60, 70 years old. They don't have a laptop. They don't know how to use the internet. That's just the reality of what it is today. And when you penalize poor people, all in the guise of giving rich people tax cuts, and you are devoid of any empathy, any sympathy, any humanity. And that's what Republicans are right now.
She's not okay, no.
gonna
What
lose
she's
my mind.
saying is that much is being removed altogether,
Period.
irregardless of
It's a
who is going to be
multi-trillion-dollar
cut. So even
mess.
if all of those people,
issue. You are conflating two
but we're saying that
issues.
even if none of
She's just an idiot. It's impossible to get conservatives to engage. This is my face Anna right now. The reality is you pick this lane and you will have to live with that decision for the rest of your life. No leftists are going to take you back. You did the Dave Rubin pivot, pissed off all your left-wing buddies, and now you're on right-wing island. Sorry, buddy. Good luck.
those people,
I know,
get-
Amy.
Yeah,
but
can
are
you find out
hold
how
on,
many
hold
trillion
on.
dollars is
One thought.
Medicaid?
You're either pissed that there's work requirements, right? Or you're saying they are working and they're losing the money. Those are two separate issues.
What?
Here we go. Speaking of, okay, you guys are not the only people that are extremely unhappy about the passing of the big beautiful bill because a few days later, on July 5th, Elon Musk announced that he's
Anyway, we're done listening to the lesbian maggot Jillian Michaels. At this point, it's like being an illegal immigrant that's a Trump supporter. You're a supporter of the party that wants to dismantle your entire identity. But anyway, that's it for this episode of Look at What Anna Kasparian Did Again. Look at her. She's done. She's mentally checked out. Destroyed her entire career. Now she has to pander to these right-wingers, go on their shows. She's not welcome in any more left-wing circles. Whew. Feel bad for her.